Web 3.0 infrastructure, a detailed overview. Web 3.0 is the third generation of the Internet, built on blockchain technology. It is designed to be more decentralized, secure, and transparent than previous versions of the Internet. The infrastructure of Web 3.0 is based on a number of technologies, including blockchain, a distributed ledger that records transactions in a secure and tamper-proof manner. Smart contracts, self-executing contracts that are stored on the blockchain. Decentralized applications, dApps, applications that run on the blockchain and are not controlled by any central authority. Decentralized autonomous organizations, DAOs, organizations that are run by smart contracts and do not have any human leadership. Blockchain. The blockchain is the foundation of Web 3.0. It is a distributed ledger that records all transactions that have ever taken place on the network. This makes it very difficult to alter any data on the blockchain, as any changes would be immediately evident. The blockchain is also transparent, meaning that all transactions are visible to everyone. This can help to reduce fraud and corruption. Smart contracts. Smart contracts are self-executing contracts that are stored on the blockchain. They are written in code and can be used to automate a wide variety of transactions. For example, a smart contract could be used to automatically transfer money between two parties when certain conditions are met. Smart contracts have the potential to revolutionize the way we interact with the Internet. They can be used to create more secure and efficient transactions, as well as to automate tasks that are currently done manually. Decentralized applications, dApps. dApps are applications that run on the blockchain and are not controlled by any central authority. This means that they are not subject to censorship or downtime. dApps can be used for a variety of purposes, such as decentralized finance, DeFi, gaming, and social media. dApps are still in their early stages of development, but they have the potential to disrupt a wide range of industries. They could make the Internet more democratic and efficient, and they could give users more control over their data. Decentralized autonomous organizations, DAOs. DAOs are organizations that are run by smart contracts. This means that they are not controlled by any human leaders. DAOs can be used to manage a wide variety of assets, such as funds, property, and intellectual property. DAOs are still in their early stages of development, but they have the potential to revolutionize the way we organize ourselves. They could make organizations more transparent and efficient, and they could give members more control over their own destiny. Conclusion. The infrastructure of Web 3.0 is based on a number of technologies that are still in their early stages of development. However, these technologies have the potential to revolutionize the way we interact with the Internet. They could make the Internet more democratic, secure, and efficient. In the future, we can expect to see even more innovative and groundbreaking applications for these technologies. We can also expect to see the development of new technologies that will further advance the development of Web 3.0. Here are some of the challenges that need to be overcome before Web 3.0 can be fully realized. Scalability. The blockchain is still a relatively slow and expensive technology. This limits the number of transactions that can be processed on the network. Energy consumption. The mining process that is used to secure the blockchain consumes a lot of energy. This is a major environmental concern. User adoption. Web 3.0 is still a very new technology. It will take time for users to become familiar with it and to adopt it in large numbers. Despite these challenges, Web 3.0 has the potential to revolutionize the way we interact with the Internet. It is a technology that is worth watching closely. Here is an elaborate example to explain the infrastructure of Web 3.0. Imagine a decentralized social media platform that is not controlled by any central authority. This platform could be used to share information and ideas without fear of censorship or surveillance. The platform could be built on a blockchain, which would make it tamper-proof and transparent. Smart contracts could be used to automate tasks, such as verifying users' identities and moderating content. This platform could be used to create a more democratic and open internet. It could give users more control over their data and their privacy. Here is another example. A decentralized finance (DeFi) application that allows users to lend and borrow money without the need for a bank. This application could be built on a blockchain, which would make it secure and transparent. Smart contracts could be used to automate the lending and borrowing process. This could make it easier and cheaper for people to access financial services. This application could help to democratize finance and make it more accessible to everyone. These are just two examples of how Web 3.0 could be used to create a more decentralized, secure, and transparent internet. As the technology continues to develop, we can expect to see even more innovative and groundbreaking applications. Here are some other potential applications of Web 3.0. Decentralized gaming, games that are not controlled by any central authority. This could allow for more creative and innovative games, as well as fairer and more transparent gameplay. Decentralized content distribution, a system for distributing content that is not controlled by any central authority. This could make it easier for creators to get their content seen, and it could also help to reduce censorship. Decentralized identity, a system for verifying users' identities that is not controlled by any central authority. This could give users more control over their data and their privacy. These are just a few of the potential applications of Web 3.0. As the technology continues to develop, we can expect to see even more innovative and groundbreaking applications. Here is one more example of how Web 3.0 could be used. Decentralized healthcare, a system for storing and sharing medical records that is not controlled by any central authority. This could make it easier for patients to access their records, and it could also help to improve the quality of care. For example, a patient could use a decentralized healthcare application to store their medical records on a blockchain. This would make it easy for them to share their records with their doctors, and it would also make it difficult for anyone to tamper with their records. This could help to improve the quality of care that patients receive. Doctors would have access to all of a patient's medical history, which would help them to make better diagnoses and treatment plans. Decentralized healthcare could also help to reduce costs. Hospitals and clinics would no longer need to invest in expensive software and hardware to store and manage medical records. This is just one example of how Web 3.0 could be used to improve healthcare. As the technology continues to develop, we can expect to see even more innovative and groundbreaking applications. I hope this helps.